Hey crew, I've got the key to this Mercedes-AMG S63 E-Performance, and today we're going to see what it's like to live with. I'm going to start by unplugging it, and because it's a smaller battery, you don't need the full overnight to top it up. You just need a couple off-peak hours, and if you have a level 2 charger, chances are you can schedule that. In my case, I completely forgot, so it's only been plugged in for 40 minutes, and it's not going to be, therefore, at full capacity. Before I hop in, let's check out the spacing in my driveway, which is 16 feet wide by 19.5 feet long. I've got the S63 parked a few inches in from the edge, sitting next to a new Ford Explorer that my wife is reviewing. If you want to check out her content, it's at Mobile Mama on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. She's got that one just a couple inches in from the edge. And with that parking job, there is enough room to walk between the vehicles, and though the vehicle is unlocked and the door mirrors are unfolded, it typically folds in for the S63. There's just not enough space to wheel a double stroller through. We can get our wagon in, though, for our kiddos. The front of the S63 is hovering over the gutter at the beginning of my driveway. That does leave enough room at the back to walk in front of the hedge along the path to my front door. At this point, the car is very confused because I've walked around it so many times, but typically if you just approach it with the key fob on you, it will present the door handles and unlock the doors. I have to do that manually here. I'll wait until I'm parked next to someone in a lot to show you the real door opening space. For now, this is just two defined notches, and I can make my graceful entry into my S63. And as I close the door, I can just do most of the closing. It's going to do the rest itself. Hello, cabin crew. Thanks for joining for this day in the life in the S63. In this video, I want to see if performance and luxury are complementary or conflicting as a daily driver. Even though the S63's battery, as I explained, isn't at full capacity, it will always reserve some charge to start it up in EV mode. So we've got the light show, we have the startup noises, but we don't hear the twin-turbo V8. So let's go listen to nothing outside the car. So if you've got an early start to your day, you won't disturb any of your neighbors when you get the vehicle going. Also, there is remote start via app, so you can get the seat heater going, have the climate control set for you. And I'll also mention I have curb ramps set up here for clearance of the gutter at the front of my driveway, but it's not an issue for the S63. It's got enough ride height. Before we blast out of here, let me show you where I would stick the items I bring with me every day, like my smartphone, which can go on this wireless charging pad. Behind that pad is a space for my sunglasses and my wallet to go. You've got cup holders here, of course. Inside the console, I managed to fit my GoPro accessory case, but it's pretty shallow, so it barely closes on top of that. Got to kind of push it down a little bit to get it to stay. And my 32-ounce water bottle does stay securely in the door pocket. It has to just be pressed down a little bit for a snug hold. So I think the storage space inside this car is ideal. Now, let me throw on my seat belts and click it down into drive. That's going to release the parking brake. And I shall roll forward, down the gutter, over the ramps. And am I going to clear the trash cans here on trash day? Yes! If I hadn't botched the charging last night, I'd be driving around as an electric vehicle for up to 18 miles. So that's the EPA rated range with 100% charge. And that is probably not going to get you to and from work. I don't know your commute, of course, but for most people, it won't get you to and from. It might get you to work, but really, it comes down to how you optimize your electric range. In my case, I would use it to get out of my neighborhood, drive around town. The moment I got to the highway, though, I would change up the drive mode and activate that twin-turbo V8. I could then use the V8 to either recharge the battery or at least hold onto it if I go into the battery hold mode, to then use again when I'm off the highway for the rest of the journey to work. But regardless of which powertrain you're using at a given moment, your day begins in comfort in this car because the seats are plush, the leather is soft, they're supportive, they've got multiple adjustments via the controls here on the door. I could get my seat heater going, seat ventilation, I could have the steering wheel heating going. I can also turn on massage either by hunting around the infotainment or just saying, hey Mercedes, turn on the driver's seat massage.
I'm switching on the massage on the driver's seat.
Now, it almost sounded like she was going to cut me off when I was giving her a command, but she got the message. So, yeah, my seat massage is going.
Just follow your heart.
I will. Thank you for that tender bit of advice.
If there's anything else you'd like to know or discuss, feel free to ask.
I'd prefer not. Actually, I would love it if you just went quiet for a moment. There, she listened. And don't worry, you can turn off the voice command function if you don't want her accidentally interrupting your zen of the start or end to your day. Let's talk about the powertrain a little more here as I'm just putzing around town. So even though I've kind of zapped my electric range, the way that the S63 works between electric and gas power is completely seamless. When the engine does come on, even though it's a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, it does so in the most unobtrusive way. You hear a little of that V8 rumble as it comes on, and then you feel the slightest bit of vibration enter the cabin, but that's about it. You don't really notice the 9-speed automatic gear changes for the most part. Occasionally, under harder deceleration, you do feel the lurches of gear changes, but in all other contexts, it's seamless, and that just promotes the feeling of relaxation and doesn't deviate from the normal S-Class formula. And because the powertrain handoff is so refined, I only see benefit to having the plug, to having the improved efficiency, to having the chill of an EV mode for you and for those around you. And really, if you don't want to invest any of yourself in optimizing the efficiency of this car, you don't have to. Just go into comfort drive mode, and it's going to decide when to use the electric powertrain and when to use the V8. But I don't want to get too in the weeds before we touch on some essentials of daily driving. Things like the turn signal sound, which is a gentle tapping noise, something that wouldn't frustrate me if left on at a light for a while. And now for the turning radius, wheel is cranked, and the turn is truncated. For a full-size sedan like this, to pivot around like that, it's not a small accomplishment. Now, let's say someone is acting recklessly on the road, deserving of a horn beep. What are they going to hear from the S63? Cordiality. They're being alerted to their mistake, but with a polite tone. As a driver around town, I'm thoroughly impressed, but now I need to see what life is like for those in the back. So I'm gonna pick up Mobile Mama, and we're gonna get to some chauffeuring. Don your chauffeur chapeau, and no, that's not, I don't wanna be chauffeur. Let me get your door for you, milady.
I think I pay you well enough to have a little enthusiasm.
Here's your door, madame. Please enter the cabin of the S63. See how wide the door's open? It's just a red freaking carpet for you. There you are. Allow me to close, but not fully close your door.
Ooh, soft close.
Yeah, fancy that. I didn't have to slam the door shut on you.
Well, good.
Not that I ever would.
Yeah.
Of course. Where to, madame? Where are we going?
Let's get some coffee.
Whoa.
Wow.
I don't like that it always turns on the radio. Which coffee shop?
Mas Cafe.
Mas Cafe. Mas.
Wait,
Mas.
wait, are you going to tell me how to enjoy myself back here?
Yeah, figure it out. What
Hit
are you going to do
that button.
first?
To
Of course. Give yourself more room.
That's right.
Make my quarters feel a bit tighter.
Yes, and move further away from you.
Oh.
Love you.
Typical.
Everyone's going to think we had like a big argument or something.
Just normal banter. You know, I don't want to startle you, but I'd rather not scrape the nose of your $200,000 sedan.
Oh, please don't.
So let me just raise up the air suspension.
Ooh.
So we've got a little more clearance here. And a little less to fear.
I'm
lady.
just lounging,
Yeah.
and I have this, I would call it a mini footrest. I wouldn't call it a full
It's a
footrest.
bit of a stubby one.
Yeah. Some heat,
Yeah?
and then, I think I can eject this. Come
Oh,
here.
you ejecting your seat so soon? Oh, that would be terrible.
Wow.
Oh, what are we talking about then?
Okay.
Oh, the tablet.
Okay. Gloves are on.
You
You're going to be
actually
owing
doing?
me money after this.
Probably.
Okay. Actually, do owe me $20.
I do.
Okay.
I lost
so,
the bet. You can bring up all your shades if it's too bright for you back
it
there.
is. It definitely is. I need
Well, we've already closed this one up for
a
you.
little shade
Yeah.
here. Is there a button, just one, to do it all? No.
Probably on the tablet.
Oh. Ooh. It's kind of fun to click them all, though. Be in
Clickerings?
control that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
We know you love control. Ooh, nice 944 up there. I know you can't see it right now, but there's a beautiful 944 turbo in front of me. Just really clean.
Oh.
All the bumpers, none of that faded plastic. It's really well done. Oh, okay. Since you are back there, you have to
yes.
you have to give me your feedback on the ride.
Oh.
Is it comfortable?
Yes, but it is a bit bumpy. I'm
Like
feeling some bumps.
You can feel the bumps. They're not
Yes.
punishing.
No.
But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Maybe it's the
I
AMG
am a
part
little
of this
surprised.
equation.
Yes.
How much of the bumps you can feel, and you can hear them.
Yes.
Like the big bumps make a thump inside the cabin.
It's not super quiet.
Small bumps, this car takes in stride and it stays quiet. But the big bumps you can really hear.
This is a plug-in hybrid, right?
Yes.
So the engine's quiet.
Yeah, well,
you
right now
hear
the engine just switched off, so
Oh.
right now we're EV in it. And do you feel the engine coming on at all?
Not really,
Yeah.
which is nice.
With that seat heating, are you also enjoying your massage?
I don't have one, you said. Do you have one?
Of course.
Are you
Hey, Mercedes.
serious?
Turn on driver seat massage.
I'm switching on the massage on the driver's seat.
Oh,
Thank
good. Oh,
you. Let's just make sure about this. Hey, Mercedes,
How can I help?
turn on rear passenger massage.
I'm sorry. The massage function is not available for the rear seats.
Oh my gosh, was that extra? Did I have to pay extra?
Oh, yeah. She really laid that on thick there. You didn't
Wow.
pay for it. Are you maximizing the features in the back?
Well, I put my phone in the wireless charging pad.
Good.
I have 2 USB-Cs. Don't need those right now.
No.
And
Your climate's up here, but you don't have to reach all the way
No.
forward to control
I
that.
can
You can
just-
use the screen.
do this on the tablet. But is there any way
I will
to
say
view
visibility
anything?
is tough with this seat right here,
Oh my
front of that front
gosh.
passenger window, if I
More
can complain for a
complaints.
second.
Okay, but I'm going to complain about no screen to view anything.
There isn't a screen here, that's right. I mean, you can use the tablet. Well, we can stop complaining because we're here at Ma's Cafe.
Woo!
It was so nice of you to move the seat back so I can actually see. 'Cause I'm going to try
It was
to parallel
more for
park.
me,
Yeah?
so that I didn't have to hear you complain.
Oh, well, I'll find something else to complain about. I'm going to parallel park this bad boy.
How confident do you feel?
Pretty good at parallel parking, but
Yes,
also
you
this
are.
is a big sedan. It's a big space, though. I've got a lot of camera angles to help me out, so I can get close before I then crank the wheel. And that rear wheel steering, man, it does make it so much easier to maneuver the Big Bertha. And then with those cameras, I can make sure I'm lined up just right.
Nice.
We're good.
Way to go.
Let's go. Now, is this door gonna be, yeah, it is. It's high enough to clear the high
Oh.
curb. We're fine.
Thank you.
Your hand.
Oh, well, I'm holding the hat on.
Oh, well,
Okay.
your other hand.
Coffee, please.
Right. I can't believe you made me buy your coffee for you. That was just
From our
outrageous.
shared bank account? Yeah.
Yes, but it was the principle of the matter.
Provide beverages.
With money, yeah, I would like to be provided a salary. That would be great with benefits and time off because I'm going to start my time off right now.
Oh.
Pulling it over.
Wow.
Well, actually not quite yet because I want to use my position of driver for just a moment
Oh my God.
to enjoy myself. If I can't enjoy myself back there, I sure can up here.
Wait, why are we on the freeway? Why did you use the navigation if you're just going to go your own route?
I can't hear you over the sound of V8
Gosh.
and the smile.
I do like the pops.
Oh, it's so good. RS6 up there, that looks good. Let's catch up. Passing power is delicious. Fine, I'll turn back around.
Whee!
Whee! Oh yeah, over 1,000 pound-feet of torque, baby! Jeez ease.
At least I have a comfy pillow. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, the
This is
G-force
nice.
just makes you even
Yes.
more comfortable. Okay, followed the navigation, and we've arrived here at the Sandwich Society.
Where is your passion for this job? Where is your passion?
Oh my gosh.
Where does it lie?
It's in the
Because-
back seat with you. It's looking a little tight over there.
Is it? Is it?
You making fun of me? Well, I'm gonna make fun of you when you're trying to get out to get our
I
sandwiches.
won't be getting out. You will.
Oh gosh, darn it.
Chop, chop.
Still the chauffeur. Fine, I'll get our bread and meat. Finally.
You and your size.
I get to see what life is like on this side of the seat back. And
Dramatic.
It's good. You've had this the whole time?
Yes, I earned it. I
Yeah.
chose the right arm.
Fine. The headrest is very pillowy
It's really
soft.
nice,
That's
yes.
nice. I don't have the same legroom as you, though. You have the footrest. I still have a lot of it,
Be
though,
nice
behind
to
my
you.
seat at 6 feet. Tons of knee room. Foot pockets are big. Got thigh support.
And next time you can have the seat in the back and I will be the chauffeur.
Deal.
That's fine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Buttery good. We know it's great for adults back here. What about kids in car seats?
Let's find out.
Let's do it. I've got the forward-facing car seat here, and because of those wide opening doors, I just walk it on in. Okay, how was that install for you?
Easy for me and you struggled per usual.
It's not because I'm inept. It was just actually hard to get my hands into that tight little space and get to the top tether.
It was a group effort.
Yeah, we
I
tried
helped you
together,
out.
and
Yep.
we succeeded.
Yes, so,
So-
you need two people to install
Yeah, kind
a
of.
forward-facing car seat.
Talia's gonna have tons of legroom behind my seat. What's your legroom situation gonna be like in the front passenger chair? Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, you've
Fantastic.
almost as much legroom up here as you did back there. All right, so the S63 is family approved. Yesterday we locked in the S63's luxury with minor defect. Today we're looking at performance and practicality. I'm starting with a real-world 0 to 60 test. I've got my race box set up here to get reception. To access launch control, or what AMG calls race start, you need to be in the Sport Plus drive mode, pin your foot to the brake and the throttle, build up the revs, let it go. Oh my gosh. And get to 60 in 2.99 seconds. There is some pep in these very large steps. I mean, almost 800 horsepower, over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. I kind of get it, but this car weighs 5,500 pounds, and that's what makes this so impressive, that it can handle itself through curves. The brakes cut the speed, the rear wheel steering helps the back end tuck in and slink through S's like these. The steering loads up nicely through curves, and the all-wheel drive system just gets all that power to the ground. It's a rocket ship. Frighteningly fast, and yet not what I would personally enlist for a weekend carving canyons. Fun on the way home from work, absolutely. But if you've got the budget for one of these, then set aside a little extra for a 718 Cayman or something similar for a task like this. Okay, I'm having a lot of fun. All right, fine. More often, this is going to be your environment, coasting along the highway. Of course, with ample power to pass, but more likely a desire for serene commuting. So let's go to the comfort drive mode. I'm going to quiet up and listen into the cabin volume at these speeds. So I will mention, it's an extremely windy day. I got this high wind warning alert on my phone, and still the wind noise is quelled inside. And as I go over louder road surfaces, the tire hum picks up only slightly. This is just a well-insulated car and a zen place to commute. And on your commute, you will have driving assistance features like adaptive cruise control, steering assistance, auto lane change. So if there's an opening, the car will move over for you. And though it isn't a completely hands-free driving system on the highway like some vehicles in this segment, these features do work really well, and they certainly reduce driving fatigue, especially if you're going to be in heavy traffic day in and day out. If you've had your moment of calm though, and you want to listen to this Burmester high-end 3D sound system, then you can queue up the wireless Apple CarPlay, and this screen is well laid out and it has been responsive. There isn't a physical volume knob. That would be nice. You do have this slider or button press to increase the volume, and I'm going to take it out to about 50% right here. You can also adjust the volume on the wheel. Go up a little bit more. It's about 60.
Caution, speed bump.
Thanks, Mercedes. Wow, that's a really good sound system. The range is fantastic, excellent balance all over the place. Didn't hear any distortion. I mean, I wasn't anywhere close to the peak output, but the quality is clear. If I'm gonna critique a small thing, it's that I want a little more punch from the bass. Of course, I can go into the settings and weight that heavier, but man, this is a great sound system. Now on to some errands. I'm starting by picking up my tennis rackets here from Irvine Tennis. I think I was kidding about that wind. It's intense. Here we go. My Wilson K-Factors, all of 17 years old now, and yet still hidden with all the precision I want. Next up, the UPS store. No packages today, which is good news for the S63 because this trunk is looking awfully small with the batteries housed underneath the floor, and there isn't really any great storage for loose items like this. You didn't even really wedge it off to the side, so this is going into the cabin. And the final errand of today, groceries here at Sprouts. Well, I don't think I'm going to be stretching this hybrid laden trunk's capacity with this modest grocery run, but let's see where everything's gonna go in here. It doesn't look like we have any grocery bag holders, so I'm just gonna have to push everything to one side. Ooh, scraperoonie. Push everything to one side so it doesn't slosh all over. Well, the width seems to be fine, but the depth is not. I can't press this full bag forward without dislodging these items that are on the top. So with those removed, that is finally going to clear, and success. So after returning my cart like a responsible member of society, I can confirm that though not as voluminous or well organized, thank you, as I would prefer, the S63 is grocery store approved. I think it's about time to top up this 20.1 gallon fuel tank, and the EPA rates the S63 performance at 18 MPGe combined, or if you want to factor in the electric powertrain, then it would be 49 MPGe equivalent. And so that would give us a fuel range of, depending on how you want to rate it, 362 miles or 985 miles. Over the last 146 miles, I've been seeing right around 18 miles per gallon. And at current fuel prices of $4.93 for 91 octane gas that the S63 does require, it's going to cost me about $99 to fill this tank, and there isn't capless fueling, so I have to work a little harder. Well, crew, at the beginning of this video, I pondered if luxury and performance would be complementary or conflicting. And after quality time spent behind the wheel of this S63 Performance, my conclusion is one of symbiosis. Sure, there's a little more bumpiness to the S63's ride than the soft-tuned S580, and the hybrid battery placement does cut into cargo space a bit, but the payoff of blistering acceleration in every context, that extra curb appeal for nights out, and the harmony of EV chill and V8 passion are sure to keep you and your neighbors happy. And all it's gonna cost you is a cool $200,000 as tested. I hope you guys have enjoyed this day in the life, and I will see you again next time.